Okay, I've got something in the mail here that we can talk about here together. I have two organizations that are trying to get my donation dollars, and of course they have no idea that I have no money. That's the big secret. Okay. So let's take first the Council for Secular Humanism, Center for Inquiry. Please let me introduce myself. I am Ellen Kinneberg, the new Director of Development at CFI. I have 3 decades of experience in academic science and medicine. I received my PhD from the University of Chicago, was Professor of Cancer Genetics at Roswell Cancer Center in Buffalo, New York. I have spent the past 12 years in leadership positions within the non-for-profit sector. Yada, yada, yada. And as you can see, my scientific and medical background has placed me squarely in the center of CFI's mission to, quote, foster a secular society based on science, reason, freedom of inquiry, humanist values. Shall we add compassion in there too? I think we should. Yeah, should add compassion. You know, science, if it doesn't have compassion, is nothing. Right. In all my endeavors, I have placed the highest value on rigorous scientific evidence and the support of theories, hypotheses, and facts. That is why I'm truly pleased to be on board with CFI. The goal is to advance our mission by ensuring we have the financial resources to carry out our work effectively. CFI and its affiliated organizations, the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry and the Council for Secular Humanism, have been pursuing with great effort actionable ways to fulfill our mission. By actionable, I mean interventions that have clear goals that will change or improve life for those who suffer the harmful consequences of religious dogma, medical quackery, or other mystical rationalizations. Let me mention just a few highlights of my work. Just a few. The highlights are not a comprehensive listing of CFI's efforts, but they do emphasize our key projects that have great potential outcomes. Great outcomes we're talking about here. Ensuring that the non-religious have the same rights as the religious, and the religious institutions do not enjoy special privileges is one of the key aspects of our mission. As you know, the most U.S. jurisdictions, couples who wish to marry must choose either an anonymous government official or member of the clergy to preside over their ceremony. Except in a few states, non-religious individuals may not officiate at marriage ceremonies. As a result, religious couples can have a meaningful ceremony that expresses their views, whereas non-religious couples cannot. It's a clear case of discrimination on religious grounds. CFI has brought a lawsuit in Indiana on behalf of a couple seeking a secular ceremony. So, there you have it. They're working for some interesting causes. Their website, by the way, is, if you wanted to check it out, is www.centerforinquiry.net. And they have a publication called Free Inquiry. So they're trying to get at my agnostic roots here, trying to get me to come over to the dark side. I'm just kidding. That's bad humor. I'm sorry. So they talk a little bit about the FDA evidence-based process for therapeutic agents, stressing safety and efficacy, and some studies they have going on there. He says CFI has been, sounds like a detective agency, the CFI. CFI has been looking toward the future. We are training the next generation of leaders who can go forth and carry on the battle for secular society based on science, reason, freedom of inquiry, humanist values. This June, we had another successful leadership conference, bringing together representatives from all of our campus groups, our branches, and our communities. So, yes, they're asking for money. So if you applaud all these efforts, please send money. Okay, so I'll have you guys vote on it. Just choose which I should donate to, and I'll donate like $5 to the one that you choose. Okay. The second choice is the Union of Concerned Scientists. See, these are all good choices. I didn't get any letters from Pat Robertson, did I? No. And I wouldn't be on his list. People are too important. Now it's really getting thick around here. So here's the Union of Concerned Scientists. You won't find any strings attached to the enclosed calendar. It's yours to keep as a free gift. Well, I will keep the calendar, and I will put it in my office, and everybody will think it's an environmental calendar, and not a calendar of an evil atheist. Nobody will ask. That's sarcasm. That's sarcasm, folks. You see, I'm sending you the calendar on a hunch. This is from Ken Knobloch, president of the Union of Concerned Scientists. So he's got a hunch. Joining is easy. Just attach the form below, blah, 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 blah. The USC addresses environmental problems from a strictly scientific standpoint. Boy, if I had money, I would give to both of these guys. Okay? But I just don't have the cash. And if I told my wife I was, giving to an organization of scientists, she would say, "What planet are you living on?" Seriously. Okay. So that's the UCS addresses environmental problems from strictly scientific standpoint, combining unbiased scientific research with strategic citizen activism to advance practical solutions to some of the biggest challenges of our time. We share our findings with other environmental groups, decision makers in government, local citizens groups to achieve our common goal: a cleaner, healthier environment and a safer world. Our approach confounds the polluters and politicians alike because we lead with scientific facts, not sound bites or scare tactics. So Paul Ryan would not be reading this, okay? He'd be bragging about his marathon times to the CPAC. Our approach confounds polluters and politicians. So, and the Union of Concerned Scientists, was it 98% of them believe in global warming? They put out some position paper on that years and years ago. They lead the charge to expose and counter media pundits, industry lobbyists, and politicians who knowingly mislead the public by misrepresenting the facts on climate science. There you go. Climate science. The climate deniers. It's funny that I have a YouTube friend in India, and he says, nobody cares about the environment there. Everybody knows it's terrible, but nobody's talking about it. So it's this big elephant in the room. Nobody's talking about it. India, Bombay, horrible pollution, absolutely horrible. And what's even scarier is Mumbai says that people they know they can't do anything about it anyway, apparently, so they just go on with their lives like there's nothing. And worse yet is that they say, well, okay, the United States, it's their fault because they started this industrial revolution, and so we want to have ours too, so it doesn't matter how much we pollute because they started it. That sounds like third grade. I'm not being racist here, but there are other countries that do this too, probably China and Pakistan, and we have more problems than just environmental when you look at Iran and North Korea. Wow. More than just environmental. They're building bombs, apparently. It's not confirmed yet, though. So, Union of Concerned Scientists developing a blueprint used by decision makers and activists across the country that shows how to deeply reduce our nation's global warming pollution while saving consumers and businesses a lot of money. They provide key technical analysis that helps pass the first law of decades to make our cars go farther on a tank of gas, convincing the Food and Drug Administration to ban the use of important antibiotic in poultry production due to the scientific evidence of impacts on human health, and successfully pressuring the White House to issue guidelines to prevent the manipulation of science and censorship of government scientists. So public debates are based on fully accurate data. So, you saw that in the presidential race. There all kinds of cooked data coming in, and then the fact checkers are saying, no, that's wrong. And then, there was even one Republican who stated on Fox News that he hates it when the fact checkers get in the way. He hates that. The facts get in the way of some great myths. So anyway, there's the Union of Concerned Scientists. From global warming to toxic pollution and the proliferation of nuclear weapons, our world faces serious, serious challenges. challenges that can and must be addressed with science-based practical solutions, not solutions based on irration or religion or whatever. That's why I urge you to not let another day go by before joining the Union of Concerned Scientists. Please act now. So if you have any money, if you have any money at all, join these groups. This is it. I probably can't see this because it's backwards on YouTube. There it is. There's the letter from the Union of Concerned. So would you give to these guys, Union of Concerned Scientists, or would you give to the Council for Secular Humanism, CSI? So, and whoever, I'll have people vote on my channel, and whoever whoever wins, I will give $5 to that group. $5. All right. So that's my semi-humorous one today. My earlier post from today was a more serious one on customer service, which I do have a passion for. I have a huge passion for customer service. But once in a while I'll show my my more humorous side. Okay. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and hard to believe it's already Wednesday. It's as shock jock Steve Dahl of Chicago once said, it's hump day. That's Steve Dahl, very deep guy.